Yeah.
Mate, round 10 is all in the books. Look, I can speak for most, but I can't speak for yourself because you actually did quite well in round 10, unlike many of others out there in the NRL fantasy world.
Yeah, I got a top 300 score, 884. All luck.
It is all luck. It was outrageous luck, to be honest.
I bought Payne Haas, captain him. Don't have Cleary, don't have KPP. Maybe it's a talent.
I mean, speaking for everyone else out there that did quite badly. I mean, the all-out team did quite poorly. We had KPP on the bench. Maddo brought in, although he did quite well, Maddo, for a 44.
I blame Brad Arthur.
We blame Brad. We captained Nico Hines. So we got Cleary as vice captain. I mean, anyone who had Cleary as vice captain was the logical choice because, I mean, those guys are the best ever in fantasy, aren't they? So
yeah, he's the GOAT.
It's a bit unlucky there. We also had Garrick, Turbo get injured, Bateman get injured, Piacora, God, he's a talent.
I'd love a double-digit performance from Piacora, but maybe that's too much to ask for.
It could be too much to ask for. And you know, mate, we moved because it was one of the worst weeks I reckon we could have asked for. It's up there with one of the worst weeks, as in round 3, which was probably the worst week ever.
It's a long season, I'll say that. Saturday was one of the craziest fantasy days ever.
Absolutely.
Especially after Cleary's injury, when you saw that Hines was out. I thought everyone was taking the piss.
You had to take the piss, and all those journos that got all the mail, you're like, wow, well, you're taking the piss now, mate, aren't you?
Yeah.
But I mean, if speaking about the injuries, there's that round 8 hamstrings alone torn, or either partially torn, or something going wrong there.
Magic round's going to be a bit less magic.
It's got to be a bit less magical for sure, man. I mean, Tommy T gone, Cleary gone, Hines could be gone, RTS gone, SJ could be gone, Best could be gone, Frizzell's could be gone. There's so many names that we could just keep rolling off the tongue.
The Titans had about 5
Brimson,
injuries.
Forum, Philip Sammy. It's catastrophe. And if you're looking at the all-out team as well, Piacora, well, he was just disastrous. Salmon continues to get 20s. Hughes, Garrick was a bit of a disappointment. You can't really blame him for wet weather footy and then get moved to the wing.
Yeah, he should still go well over the origin period.
Yeah. Look, there is some issues, but there's some good chances for some good trades this week. Is there anyone that you're looking to trade Cleary to, mate, other than the halves? Because, you know, looking at the halves little filter here, the top 5 halves in fantasy at the moment in Hines, Cleary, Hughes, Fogarty, and Moses, I believe, is the last one. They're all out.
Yeah, so I probably won't be looking at anyone specifically just because I have D-bags. I think people are going to have to rely on players like Weeks and Galvin in the halves for a bit. But other than that, like Sam Walker's bottomed out in price. He's going well. There's not a lot of variety, I'll be honest. Like, think about the halves. You've got Fogarty injured. You've got so many origin players. It's tough.
Lockout just actually lifted as we're talking right now. So
bang.
That's good news. Yeah, look, there's going to be a lot of questions asked this week. Who are we trading Cleary to? Who are we trading Hines to? And even with the filter of the buy round situation in buy 13, I just don't know who to buy and suggest, honestly, because there's just not that many talents that you could possibly go to other than Cleary or Hines, who's out.
Yeah, I know Brad Schneider got injured on the weekend. I'm not sure the severity.
Yeah.
But when he plays without Cleary, he's a star. He plays the first bye. Sam Walker, as I mentioned, Matt Burton does. I think this is one where it's, who do you think is going to play Origin? Because Matt Burton very well could be.
We really don't know who's going to play Origin. That's one of the worries.
Exactly.
If we're looking at the buy round schedule here, and who to buy, Trey Fuller is probably your best bet if he gets named on Tuesday.
Yeah, if they decide to go hammer into centre, then he is fantastic buy,
57.5 average this year. He just continues to chip away to Fuller, 6.36% of teams. Dylan Edwards, another one that looks to be a good buy for the buy round. He's averaging 57. Could be called into Origin.
I'd put him and Drinky in the same sort of category. Could play Origin. Both scoring pretty well, except for Drinky on the weekend was very poor. I do like Deadwoods without Cleary as well.
Yeah,
Gets through a ton of work.
Joey Manu in the centres, another one, 53.9 average for the buy. He's been very good, as well as Ewan Aiken, who also has that edge and centre DPP, who's been
always
playing really well.
Yeah, Dom Young maybe. He absolutely...
Yeah.
That was one of the craziest starts for a winger I have ever seen.
Well, Dom Young, let's have a look what he's at now. So he's at 556K. He was at 505K that round. So he's gone up at, 50K.
Yeah.
He's going to be a buy, I think.
Well, the Roosters are firing. If they're scoring points, he's going to be scoring accordingly.
Connor Watson, another potential buy there. He is very expensive for what you're paying for, 740K. Reed Marnie, 708K if you're looking for a hooker.
Robbo's real annoying with like the late mail and stuff. I
Yeah.
know Brandon Smith was out, so that could be why he was starting. But I do think he's still going to play good minutes and score well.
For those that kept Terrell May as well, he got 46 and it's probably a hold now again for the Origin period. I mean, it's just bizarre what the minutes are going on there.
They did drop White from the bench, so I think that meant he got a few more minutes. As I said, like, this is the year of the hold.
Yeah, yeah.
If you've got 500K players, 400K players, and you're like, oh, they're not performing. Like, if you got a Corey Waddell before this round, he was always a hold.
Always a hold, yeah. Copius Paul, he was on the bench this week, got moved there late. I believe he's back starting now with Frizzell being injured.
Yeah, he's the biggest hold of the week, I reckon.
Biggest hold, absolutely. He's a hold. I'd be holding him. Max Plath continues to chip away. He got 32 on the weekend, bit disappointing, but he did have that head knock.
Head knock, obviously.
Broken nose or something like that. I'm not sure.
He should still get his minutes back up. He's going to be a consistent scorer. You can get him in the halves as well.
One person that we held quite nicely was Smithies. I wouldn't be buying him, but it was a nice hold. I'd be holding on to him for the buy round.
Yeah, he's another one like that. Like, I know Strange, someone like that, same team. He's not scoring well. But he plays that first buy. So it really comes down to how much do you value points in the buy round?
Yeah.
Like if you got Lussick, we sold him.
Yeah,
if you want 30 to 40 during the buy round, by all means.
I think you gotta sell the people that are gonna still lose money. Like Lussick, for us, if he gets 30, we don't really care.
With respect to Lussick, I just didn't want to see him in that team anymore.
No. I don't want to see him make 40 tackles and not run the ball.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Look, he's a sell for us. If you still haven't, you probably hold him now.
Mm-hmm.
Armstrong has an emergency button here. Do you know any news about Armstrong being out because he's got a?
I do know he got a head knock at the end of the game.
So it could be out.
After the game, he said he was fine to Yvonne. But yeah, that could be news.
Could be news. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is my team, and it speaks for the all-out team as well. I've got Cleary, Hines, Armstrong, Travojevic, John Bateman, Fine Fuiaki, Brendan Piakura, all playing awfully, all injured. So
yeah,
it's going to be tough for coaches out there that are in the similar boat to us or have copied us because we're in shambles.
Well, I got 18 trades left personally, and I'm concerned about that. But at this rate, it's like you're just going to have to be out of trades at the end of the season.
Yeah. Because
you're just going to drop ranks and ranks if you're holding on to all these players that are red dots or losing a lot of cash.
You got those extra 8 trades in round 20 as well. You got to look out for as well.
Yeah.
Looking at ahead, mate, Magic Round this week. It's always a great event for us Brisbane locals get out and about on Magic Round. I think we're going to the Friday night game, so that should be good. Broncos game, that one.
We'll be at the Caxton.
I'm sure. Look, is there anyone that you're looking at besides the buy that should be a buy this round, emergency buy that you're looking at, or is there you're just getting buy round players in?
I mean, if you listen to the podcast and you're not an overall player, you're just focused on your head-to-head. There's two big names, so Feeder and Payne Haas.
Yeah,
they're two big buys. I got Payne Haas, and he just got straight into his work. It's great to watch.
And his minutes to ramp it back up. I mean,
exactly, yeah. The last one I thought
50
would happen. But outside of that, like, obviously Peel are going to have to replace Cleary, so you might be looking at a D-Bags, but Moses is back.
Yep.
So that's one to think about. The points may go down. But I think it might be one where you just get in your cheapies, honestly.
Yeah, well, okay. But look, it's hard to get in cheapies unless you want to really cash out Cleary with that 860K mark. I mean, Payne Haas now, what's he at now? He's how much is he got Payne Haas there?
Well, I think it's one if you downgrade to like a weeks if you don't have him, then you upgrade another bum.
Yeah, so Payne Haas is 849K. David Fafita, he's still valuable.
I don't mind Cam McInnes. He plays the first buy.
He could play Origin though. That's my issue.
He could, yeah.
David Fafita's 901K. Like you think
that is sexy.
You think that's sexy, and it is for a bloody. second rower.
He's so good though.
He is so good. He is.
He
And
could
he's
play in
great
the
to
halves
watch.
with all those Titans injuries.
He's great to watch.
First receiver.
That would be
Imagine,
outrageous.
what's Des Hazard going to say to Fafita if he's in the house? Yeah, mate, really just want to focusing on
Cut out balls.
I think you just tuck it under your wing and run.
Tell you who couldn't throw a bloody cut out ball was Dearden on the weekend. Oh my God.
Cowboys, I think Todd Payton, if he's listening, you're under a bit of pressure, mate.
Yeah. Quick look at the all-out team before we wrap it up. Bishop Commanders is still in the lead, number 1 overall in the all-out league, number 3 overall in the overall rankings. Look, he's got a nice team. No Cleary really helped him. He's got Fuller for the bye round, Manu as well, so he's really set up nicely for the bye. One thing that we've sort of seen, Mick, that the teams are going to drop off because they don't have these guns. I mean, we can't predict the future, obviously, but it's so hard to get Cleary and Hines in without ruining your team. This guy does have SJ, so he's another sell. Are you seeing these sort of teams stay up the top, or are you hoping when they come down?
I think during Origin, that's where your real stars start to emerge and go.
Well, this guy's set up quite nicely. Robson, Joel.
I mean, who knows? The guy who got the best score this round got 1,025. Doesn't have Hines or Cleary, so maybe he knows what's going on.
There's the luck for you. But no, fair play to Bishop Commanders. He's doing well. I think I saw that the top 20 in the All Out League are all in the top 100 for overall ranking. So if you guys can change your name to All Out Number 1 fan or something like that'd be great.
Yeah,
really appreciate that.
Might be a hat in it for you.
Yeah, could be a hat in for you. Speaking of the hat, there's no Bentley to plug this week's hat, but I think Mick's going to do it.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. As I've said before, best color combination for men and females is green and cream together.
That's what I've heard as well, mate.
That's what you see right here.
Yeah.
It is also the perfect shape for your head. I have an enormous head, and it will fit. We've received compliments on the hat.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Reflects well. Good running in, as we found out. Yeah, look, I think it just comes down to it supports us.
Yeah,
like we've spent a bit of a check, I'd say, on these new mics.
Oh, absolutely.
People complaining about the audio quality.
And we are back with the audio quality. Anyway.
And this shit.
Anyway, make sure to look out for TLT tomorrow. There's going to be a big TLT with the injuries and outs. I mean, you just have to go through the teams, and I think there's about 20 good names that you could possibly draw out of the hat that are all injured. So big TLT tomorrow, big round, magic round, and Wednesday buy, hold, sell will be out. So look out for all those. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow the Instagram because we're cooking on there as well. And we'll see you all tomorrow for TLT.
Gotcha.